Okay, so let's call the Conservation Commission meeting to order for February 10th. It's 5:02. So let's go around the table and do roll call. I guess I'll start since I'm speaking right this moment. Chris Picklow.
Lori Pavlos.
Joe Russo.
Krista May.
Peter DeLisa.
Deb Mapes.
Francine Gumkowski.
Okay. So we certainly have a quorum. So minutes from our meeting in January 13th. Are there any corrections or edits to the meeting? I think I did not see anything.
Look good to me.
Yeah. If no edits, do I have a motion to approve the minutes from January 13th?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
January 30. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay. Well, let's go through the committees that we have listed. So inland wetlands, Peter.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of, we had no one really come before us. We just looked at a few old business items. We were done in 30 minutes, so nothing to report.
Is the whole group totally stalled out or what's? No.
It's in Whole Foods' hands. It's still an open situation, but there has not been a response for several months.
Mm.
But it's still moving forward.
As far as we know.
Yeah, I think it's like the $1 million question for everybody in town. What's happening?
Yeah.
Whole Foods. Nobody knows.
Yeah, we're not even talking about it at our meetings. It's
Wow.
if it shows up again, it shows up. But
It's in limbo.
yeah, it's in limbo.
Okay. So Preserve ad hoc meeting, we finally had a meeting. It's I think 2 weeks ago. So one of the reason why we hadn't really been meeting is that the forest management plan has been in flux for over a year now. It was sort of approved by the CMC. And then there were some concerns raised by an organization called CEQ that called into question primarily the cutting of the trees that they want to do, that the whole plan with that. And so anyway, so I think the DEEP was to respond to that. And at our ad hoc meeting, Ray Allen didn't know exactly what the status of it was, but the CMC did meet on Monday, yesterday, but I had a conflicting meeting at the same time, so I didn't go. So unfortunately, I can't tell you what's happening there. But then but there are some improvements that are, continuing to be worked on in the preserve. Some of the, the frog bridge needs to be replaced. So there's stuff that just keeps hanging, but there is some movement, marking of the trails, marking of the boundaries of the preserve in particular, so that people know when they're getting off of town property and going onto private property. DEEP is supposed to do that because they're the ones who best know the coordinates for, the perimeter. And that's, again, supposed to have been done a while ago, but it hasn't happened to my knowledge. And then there was a woman, Amy, who is on the tree committee, I believe, and on SOS, who moved here from, I forget where, but she has a huge background in forestry and just has worked on different, I wouldn't do justice to her CV really, but she has some great credentials, and read the forest management plan and had many of the, not arguments, but the critical points to be made that we as in the ad hoc committee, Chris Kreider, Kathy Connolly, I mean, many people who have been involved. She had, just sort of validated everything, not that we needed to be validated, but just validated this concerns about, you just can't go in. How are you going to remove a tree in the middle of the preserve? How are you going to bring in big equipment? The damage it does to, the flora and fauna, the ecosystem, all the rest of it. So it was just nice to have, another voice to be, recorded and express the concern. I will say that Deep has mentioned over and over that before they do any cutting, they will have a very detailed plan. It will be made public. Public will have a chance to respond to this. So, we just can hope that that will all happen as they say. So, and I really don't mean to sound negative about it. It's just that they do promise that that is their process that they've used in other areas in the state where they've gone in and done some tree removal. So, so more to come, but anyway, I think we're back on track to sort of continue meeting now. But primarily to ad hoc, I mean, we certainly are involved with the forest management plan, but a lot of it is also making sure that the things that need to get done in the preserve are happening. There's more stewardship, people showing up to take ownership of some of the trails and, doing some of the clearing and things that the maintenance needs to be done in there, which, Parks and Rec are stretched thin. They can't be expected to do everything in there. So there's some good movement on that end. Thanks to Kathy Connolly. She's been trying to do a lot of work and trying to get people galvanized into helping. Because she's been doing a lot, with people to go, she's rallied to go in and do the invasive species removal, and that's just sort of a constantly ongoing thing. So, so that's all good. So anyway, that's it for preserve management, or preserve ad hoc. Land trust.
So, the land trust has a new property that they are interested in. Well, first of all, the Bracket Club parcel is still, they're still just finalizing paperwork, and it's stalled out just because people are on vacation, it sounds like, or something, but that's moving forward. And the new property is across from Mystic Market. It's a little corner of mostly wetlands, but some buildable area. I think what's going on is someone wants to buy it and then give the wetland area to the land trust. I guess there's a requirement that property owners on that stretch of road need to make a sidewalk, and that this way the property owner can just use the buildable part of the land and then not be obligated to do that, because if it's undeveloped land, there's no need to make the sidewalk. That was my understanding.
When you come from the center of town to the stoplight,
Yeah,
is it
it's on the right.
immediate right or across the street to the right?
I think it's across the street to the right.
So it's
Where the shed.
beyond the light.
No, there's nothing there right now.
So both.
No, that's the other, but across the street and to the right. It's like diagonal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
it's right across.
it's right across from it, actually.
Yes, there you go. There's nothing else.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But if you're in this
Lori,
market, it's to the left of the stoplight.
Yeah, I missed what you said where it was. So it's at the stoplight at Mystic Market area,
Yes.
and
It's like if you're coming from town toward Mystic Market and you stop at the light where Mystic Market is across and on, it's across and on the right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've
This
seen the
side of
sign
the
there.
highway, the side of the
Yeah.
highway, but so there's not much space in there, but apparently it's a really valuable little bit of wetland, and it has one of the members of the land trust explained, which was interesting to me, that we have some really rare white cedars areas in the larger areas in the preserve and in Great Cedar, and there are micro populations or something like that. So there's little bits of white cedar in this area and little bits of other kinds of environment that by themselves that size wouldn't be helpful, but because it's also in the same general area, not very far from a larger population, it is helpful. It does expand the usefulness of those little environments. So I thought that was interesting. I think there's also, they've got to do a stage 2 environmental study. They did a stage 1, which is very superficial, but there could be, things that would make them not want to take on that property because could be industrial waste on the property or something like that. They've got to do some more research, but it looks like would be a great property for a land trust to have.
How big a acreage did you say? Or do you know? Did they say?
It didn't say.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's not a very large spot.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to take a look as soon as I got home, but I forgot. Whatever.
That's okay.
Yeah. So their annual meeting is April 12th from 2 to 4, and it's at the Pavilion. And I have the speaker here, and I can't remember what the acronym means. NERR. Riverine, Estuarine, and River. I don't know. So they're having a speaker. They usually have a great speaker. So if anyone wants to go, April 12th, which is a Sunday from 2 to 4.
2 to 4? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this other property, they're going to close on they're planning on closing on March 1st, or the owner is closing. The new owner is closing on March 1st, and so that property transfer would happen pretty rapidly. For going back to that property across from Mystic Market.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's the news.
That's a donation.
It's a donation, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Joe, Parks and
Okay.
Rec.
Quick summary. So under their new business, they were January 14th. New business on their Ferry Road field discussion. They're putting sod down. It's supposed to be ready by fall. On the Vicky Duffy Pavilion, the commission sending some questions to Fortuna, and they mentioned about the town meeting on the 2nd. Middle school. I guess you're all aware it was a big town meeting. Yeah, well, a lot of people showed up, and about regard to the dock and dine. On other business, they had just a wide discussion on different ideas for Exchange Club, Pond Fire Pit, golf lessons, golf clinic, light tunnel for Starlight Festival. It was endless. Okay. All right, and then under old business, nothing new to report for all parks, nothing new on Harvey's Beach. On the strategic plan of parks, Director Allen's going to be in touch with Jeff Jacobson for the next steps. Reserve update, the Allen is waiting for notice for the farm management plan to be signed. Otherwise, there's nothing else new. On other business, programs, facilities, Alan mentioned that basketball was started. They're working on the spring brochure. And he mentioned that the October Commission there, that Brett Elliott, Executive Director at the Cape, will be at the meeting tomorrow, February's meeting. I guess you're aware of their expansion on the Cape. Yeah, so they're going to talk about that since Park and Rec would be responsible for part of that. Okay, reports, chairman's none. Director's report, they mentioned they hired a new person, Casey Costa, for the teen center, and she's doing a great job. And then lastly, my report to them, telling them about the environmental fair. It's going to be at the Pavilion on the 28th, and if they were interested. That's it.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Nina is not here, and Camelia is not here. So let's see. Sustainable CT. No, I'm going to read this verbatim because I honestly didn't even have a chance to reread it before I kind of took off today. Let's see. So the lights out posters created by the High School Ecology Club could earn, yeah, that's right, because we talked about this with Camelia last month, could earn credit under Action 3.13, Promote Dark Skies. So if she would, she needs Camelia to send her the info. I will include the project in our application. So I'll let Lynette know she wasn't here and may be able to follow up with her online, or it probably can wait. it certainly could wait, actually, now that I think about it, till the next meeting, because we're not submitting anything for quite a while. Department of Public Works staff has undergone training and updated equipment to manage snow and ice more efficiently. This reduces waste. It's beneficial for the environment and will earn credit under Action 3.14, implement sustainable snow management. Wow, who knew? I think that's actually great. I wonder what sustainable snow management is.
Yeah.
We have that.
Yeah.
We could
Maybe
teach
like
that.
no snow. And I guess while I'm sort of speaking for Lynette, I don't know if she usually does this under correspondence and announcements, but sort of the staff report pieces. Well, I think everybody knows, yeah, it's just the town is seeking to acquire the old Dock and Dine property at 145 College Street. So yeah, I think this isn't new to anyone. Yeah, there'll be a referendum on March 31st at the high school, so we all know that. The Board of Selectmen recently approved an updated natural hazard mitigation plan, which will be valid for 5 years. It identifies risks to people and property from natural hazards and the actions that the town can take to reduce those risks. This plan is posted on the town website under land use, town plans and initiatives. Might be interesting to read that.
Yeah, that had to be FEMA approved too.
Oh,
Yeah, that's federally approved. That's
yeah,
what
I don't
waiting.
doubt. You're right.
They were waiting on that for, God, a long time to get that.
Yeah. Oh, good. And then the town, oh yeah, I think maybe you guys might have gotten emails about this being on the commission. The town launched an updated website, which has improved security and is ADA compliant. I think we all had to sort of go back in and sign up for things, notices that we wanted. It will function very similarly as the old website, and commissions still have their own pages. So,
A little more confusing.
that's it.
Is that the one
Okay.
they're advertising it at the stoplight near Mischief Market? Is it called Saybrook?
No, that's something.
Oh, that's something different.
They just redid their website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's still under the same old Saybrook.com and stuff.
Yeah. The old Saybrook is sort of, I think it's more of the community website, like what things that are happening, like
Right.
say, for example, our environmental fair, things at the library, I think people can post all kinds of stuff on that. What's going on. So, okay. Open space, let's move on to land stewardship. So the open space monitoring, now Nina, she was copied on an email from Lynette, but did she mention to you, Lori, anything about the plan? So, and I think we can defer this till the next meeting, or at least to let you and Nina have time to, well, there's nothing really to present, but you guys have created the open space plan. And I'm trying to remember the exchange with Lynette. It was sort of taking it, like, what's the next step? So you put a lot of work into it. We've sort of given it a blessing, more or less. But Lynette came back, talked to Chris Costa, and she said, we as a commission should formally approve it and make the recommendations and take it to the Board of Selectmen for sort of their approval. And so I think we just need to do that. And maybe we'll just, when Nina's here and both of you are there, we can just sort of put it on the agenda for next month and, make that formal recommendation, and then just get on the agenda, and you guys, you can present it, and then it will be codified.
Okay.
So
is
yes.
this the plan that we got as part of our packet, the open.
Oh
space
yeah, is it in
protection
there?
plan?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so maybe,
We review it for
Yeah.
next month.
yeah, just review it, and then I'll, well, I have it from you guys anyway. I don't need, unless there's a hard copy laying extra, Krista, I'll stop in on next week and pick it up.
Yep, there is. I'll leave it on the table outside the land use office.
Okay, yeah, all right. I'll try to make a mental note to myself to pick that up, because I won't get back in time on Friday to get it. Pick up packet. Okay. Okay, that's that. Deb, anything happening with our poor little plants? No, they're
Well,
buried in snow.
I'm
They're
glad
probably,
that I took up the sign since we got so much snow.
Yeah.
No, with all this snow, it's hard to even
I
consider
know.
that it's going to be possible to do gardening, but it will be. The only thing is I did get an email from Lynette saying that there was a presentation by the Pollinator Pathway last Thursday, and actually I'm on their website and I got the link to it. If anyone is interested, I can forward it to them. They had some really great speakers. But in any event, the Pollinator Pathway was looking for towns that had passed pollinator-friendly resolutions to give it to them so it would be official. So Lynette gave them the one that we've passed. And I think they're putting it on their website or something like that.
Oh, cool.
So
Oh, okay. Yeah, that reminds me, and I guess I could have done this in correspondence announcements. Or, well, it would really kind of fall under our circulation and events, but she did write a blurb about that we passed that pollinator and use of pesticides, sort of with the town, and that she just she offered to write it up, and I was happy to take her up on it. So that should go into events, this next one that comes out. So I'll just pop that in there since you brought it up.
great.
Tree preservation, really nothing, I know. I will forward it on an email from Carolyn Lyle. They're just sort of doing their GoFundMe sort of thing again to raise some money so that they can buy trees to give away. And they need to raise a certain amount of dollars, and then they'll get matching funds from Sustainable CT again. So they actually were pretty successful the last time they did this. So I think it's something like, don't quote me on this, but something like maybe if they raise 3,000, they get 3,000. It's a decent amount of money, in terms of, it's more than enough to buy trees for at least the year. They give them away in the spring and the fall. But the price of trees keep going up too, so they do need the money. Okay. And yeah, so outreach and education, I just mentioned that Lynette wrote an article that will go in to the events magazine, that's due towards the end of this month. And so that will just come under Conservation Commission. And nothing else really. I don't think we need to worry about a circular. Commission webpage, I don't really have any updates on there. I'm terrible at looking at it very frequently. I think she posted the environmental fair piece in there. I'm not sure. Well, yeah, she was looking for, I think, the flyer. Did she ask you for that, Lori?
I
Like
sent it to Amelia to use or change as she wanted, because she was going to put it on Facebook, and yeah, I just sent it. So
Okay. All right. Okay, so I think I'm going to table, it's not really on the agenda, and it would have been under really just land stewardship. But I know it's in your packet, I believe, is the MOU, the Memorandum of Understanding that we updated a number of years ago. And there's some action items list that Lynette and she put together after we met with Ray Allen, back sometime last year, late in the third or fourth quarter, but things that sort of fall under our purview. And I have been remiss in bringing this to you guys. I mean, it really is. I mean, we don't have to do everything, but I think it's something that we really should be looking at and prioritizing and say, all right, what can we sort of physically do ourselves, whether it's just putting up blazes in the Great Cedars, or where do we enlist more people in Parks and Rec and stuff? Because it's tend to fall by the wayside, and Ray acknowledges that too. So I feel like at the very least, we'll spend some time. I'd rather do it when it's in person, and plus we have the environmental fair stuff to kind of talk about anyway. So I think once that's behind us, we can spend a little time on this and give it due diligence and review it like we should be. So I'm gonna table that. All right, so environmental fair. Where are we at?
Let me
I
pull up
guess-
the spreadsheet just so I can take notes on it if anybody has made any more progress. It's not on the spreadsheet.
When I was away, I sent some information about other people to call. Did you guys get that?
I got it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So it was vendors who were at the CACUAC meeting
Oh,
who were very interesting. You know, there's a lot of vendors there, Chris,
Mhm.
and I didn't know if we could contact them. I couldn't do it from Australia, but
oh, I see.
if anybody wanted to call them and see if they'd be interested in the fair.
Well, we have the letter and the email. If you have their email, you can just go ahead.
Yeah, I could probably do that now. And also, I wanted to bring up that morning at 10 o'clock, the morning of the 28th,
Uh-huh.
is the No Kings protest on
Oh,
Main
yeah.
Street. So
Yeah.
people are going to be driving through that. Generally, it doesn't cause a problem. It's just like activity on each side of the road. So, you know, I don't think it would interfere with anything. It's
No, they
just-
can drive through.
Yeah, they just got to run the gauntlet through it.
Mm,
Yeah, the only thing I thought about with regards to that is that some of the people that would be likely
Right.
to go to that
Right.
would be people likely to come
Yeah.
to us, so we might lose some of our,
But
oh,
an hour, it's only from 10 to 11. It's not going to be all
It's an
day.
hour.
So,
That's all.
yeah,
Mm.
get people out on the street.
Actually, you get
Come
people
down.
to get out. That may
Yeah.
be helpful.
We could hand out flyers.
at the,
Yeah.
yeah, there you go.
Put 'em up.
Some of our
Signs,
high schoolers,
yeah.
they move that way.
Come to our meeting.
Well, we were planning on putting up, some of those, what do you call them? Like the little poster things that, it would say, like we tried to do last year at the last minute, some of the advertising. So, yeah, I didn't realize that. I hadn't seen that.
yeah, they just
Listed.
announced it like in the last week or so, a date.
Oh,
It's like, oh no,
Yeah.
don't you know?
not our date.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Change it. It's across the country, right?
Yeah, right.
Wait, there's more people
Yeah.
coming into town. So it makes.
That's what I was gonna say. It
people that
actually
we
could be a
can see.
positive if we do it right, if we get the word out.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to post stuff in stores to put up flyers? They used to years ago.
There are lots of places like, Stop and Shop has, there are sort of community bulletin boards at a number of
That's one.
stores. Yeah, I don't know. Right,
Mhm.
right. Know where.
In Starbucks, there's a bulletin board at the back.
Yes, there is. There's one in Starbucks.
Yeah.
I don't know where else. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just 8.5 by 11.
Right,
right. It's not a
right.
big one. Right.
I wonder if Waltz sometimes posts stuff like this. I'm trying to think of places where you
Something-
can actually see it on the street and not have to go in.
Yeah. Because I know various places sort of have the hate concert, calendar.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just maybe in the next couple weeks, everybody can pay attention to where you see stuff. Because I know it used to be more, and then I think during COVID when there was no paper, everything just sort of came down and people got out of the habit of putting stuff up. But
Yeah.
I'm sure the library, the
Oh, yeah.
chamber and, some of
What
the
about
obvious.
public radio and public TV? Do they make announcements for free, I believe?
I think, yeah, there's like a community calendar, I think.
Yeah, that they roll,
Connecticut Public
rolls. Yeah.
does.
Those are good avenues,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
if you're interested would be the people.
Right,
looking.
and I don't know if they still do it this way, but if I remember from years ago, if you post on their calendar, there is a chance that they will actually announce it on the radio.
Hmm.
It's certainly
Oh.
something, yeah.
Mhm. Well, it's on the town calendar,
Well, so
whatever they
this would
call
have
it,
to be on
but this would be, yeah,
Connecticut Public, yeah.
Yeah.
CPTV,
That'd be a
okay.
nice place.
Is it set to go on the electronic signs?
Not yet, but we'll
No?
certainly
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you can't, there's a time frame, like, It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
real far ahead, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think we just
They
have
let
to
you do
remember
it
to,
just before.
Mhm.
yeah, I have to fill out that form.
I'll check into the Connecticut Public Broadcasting calendar, although
Oh, okay.
I'll check with Nina because she had a whole list. She does this. I mean, she,
Oh,
you
right.
know, so it may already be on her radar.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
So-
when she said she couldn't make it. She said, let me know what I can do for the environmental fair.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I'm just wondering who's been contacted.
Yeah.
That I've got the spreadsheet up and I was successful. We've got Save Our Shade is participating. Wild Ones is participating. Looks like American Beauty, which is the plant guy that you know.
Yeah,
right?
that's my friend Tim. Yeah, he filled out a form, which I have. So
Good.
yeah, he'll definitely. Not sure. I told him, I said, you have poetic license to decide. I mean, he can do native plants. He's
Right.
knowledgeable, so we can, or if we think of something specific, I'm sure he'll rise to the occasion to talk about it.
Right. If Wild Ones, so Wild Ones says they'll participate, I can find out more about how they'll participate because they're native plants. So,
Okay.
and invasive removal. So, Bushy Hill Nature Center, I'm pretty sure they'll participate. The director who participated last time is going to be away, but she's going to try to get someone else to present. And Land Trust said yes. But that's all I have, and I'm hoping other people have reached out, because that's
We should have us, the coastal resilience.
coastal resilience.
Yeah, I think I saw it in the list when
Yeah,
You can add the garden club.
yeah, we're definitely gonna be.
all right,
Coastal resilience.
all right, let's see. I'm just going to write it down and put it in later, because I'm not seeing. All right,
Yeah, it's the old Saybrook coastal resilience. It's cool. We'll have
Mhm.
table with stuff.
So
Oh,
go ahead.
now, I was just to say, I did reach out to Ray Allen to have Parks and Rec. He hasn't answered, but it was also, I think, because he was doing the CMC meeting. I was telling him two things at once, which maybe wasn't such a good idea. But I'll follow up with him because I think it would be sort of the combination of, if he does it, it might really be around talking about the preserve, and that's sort of Kathy Connolly too. And because I think it'd be a great opportunity for her to continue to try to do the stewardship, trying to get people interested. So I'll keep following up with him and her to figure out if she'll do her separate thing and Ray will want to do something for Parks and Rec, or they'll be intertwined. So.
Yes, I'll see Ray tomorrow, if you want me to mention.
Oh yeah, ask him. Just say, just present, say, do you want to be there for the preserve? Is there other things that would be interesting from Parks and Rec?
Sure.
So, okay.
Does anybody know of a wind resource? Because Norm Needleman is probably going to be busy that day. He was the only person I had for wind power.
Mm.
How about somebody from his office?
Can you ask him?
I'm saying he's the three kings, the politicians are
Oh, that's.
headed to that. Yeah.
Maybe Norm
No
can
kings.
refer.
No kings.
I can see.
Once enough.
somebody else.
I'll ask
I just wondered if anybody here.
I don't know
anybody-
anyone
yeah.
offhand, but I can ask Kevin, also, if he knows.
And even if they can't come for that first hour, because we start at 10, don't we?
Start at 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of events. They might be going to other
Yeah.
towns.
Yeah, I wouldn't
I don't
count. He's not going to
There'll be a politician
prioritize.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I reached out to Joe Atwater, at Connecticut Audubon, since, Camelia had mentioned that he did dark skies stuff. So I thought it'd be a good combination. So I didn't reach out to Andrew Griswold, but if Joe said no, then I thought I'd reach out to Andrew.
But Joe hasn't responded?
Not yet.
Okay.
And yeah, and then I was confused. I was going to reach out to one person from Joanna Woodward, and then there was another name, Jacqueline Crepeau, who this is the Connecticut Master Gardeners. So I still need to do that because I didn't know which one to do. But Jacqueline was the one that we worked with last year, so.
Okay.
So maybe I'll do
okay.
that.
I'll let, so I ran into David King.
Oh,
And he
okay.
was wondering, whether he could help in any way.
Oh,
But,
okay.
you know, just, he was
Yeah.
wondering where we were, whether we had contacted someone from Master Gardeners. So if you
Okay.
have, if you reached out to Jacqueline, then.
I haven't yet,
Oh.
but I can, because I have the
Okay,
two
yeah,
names.
if you could.
Yeah, I'll just do that right away. Okay.
So if we're doing Master Gardeners and the Garden Club, do
We
you,
should probably, so, you know, we're heavy on the plants and garden stuff. We should.
I know.
And I know that people would be, probably willing to focus on different things, you know. The wild ones could focus on invasive, you know, watching for invasive. So we're looking, this is about education for our, for community members, for their, probably for their property, for their activities, for their own lives. So invasives, identification and removal on their property could be one thing. Planting native plants would be something, I don't know whether the garden club or, you know, it's heavy on plants, but that's okay. That's the, it would be really good to have,
We have the bird guy.
would be really good to have dark skies or the bird guy, you know,
Mhm.
for that aspect. My neighborhood is lit up like like an airport. Like, I don't know how to,
Mm.
in a friendly way, talk to my neighbors without being labeled the.
The neighborhood witch,
Yeah, right.
light witch.
Oh my God.
Light witch, yeah.
I just twitch when I go outside at night.
Ah.
I think you got his name right from Old Lyme. He has the office there. He goes and gives talks.
Well, I was starting with Joe Atwater since he had done the dark skies at the high school. But yeah, I guess the other guy, are you talking about Craig?
Yeah.
Or Janice is the one who ended up coming last year, Janice Ross. So, I mean, I could reach out to her too, but I specifically mentioned to Joe Atwater, I said, you know, Camelia told us what a great job you did on like, you know, on dark skies and
Mhm.
No, I'm talking about the birds.
the birds.
Oh, he
That's
did?
dark skies.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, lights out, dark skies.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, the one I heard the talk, it was just about in general birds, not so much.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right.
That would be good too.
Just like
Yeah, yeah.
what you could do, like feeding, where
Right.
you should put your feeders.
right,
that's
right.
That would be really helpful. That would be good too.
Hitting
So
your
the-
window, how to protect your windows.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to have somebody talk about, you know, backyard animals.
Yeah.
You know, so people get upset about certain kinds of animals that are really fine and,
Mhm.
you know, or what, you know, how you can do, what you can do to, you know, prevent damage, but
That should be a deep person, probably.
Yeah, I
Well-
could, I have, yeah, I could talk to Ray about that too, only because we have, you know, some of the deep contacts, even just from the CMC and stuff, there might, because the ones that I did last year, they were very specific on just talking about an animal, you know, like
right, I
bears
remember
and,
that.
yeah, whereas if somebody could speak more general, because you're right, like, I just have, just as a small digress, I think it was 4 mornings ago or so, you know, Bobcat came back in my backyard, and of course the snow's so hard he could just sit right on top of it. And he was out there for the longest time, and I think he could smell like probably a mole or whatever, because he kept looking and he pounced once. I mean, it was just like my cat. It was
Yeah.
so cute. But
They
he
don't
didn't
like
get
you so-
anything. He
Yeah.
didn't. I felt
Yeah.
bad for
Oh my
him.
gosh,
but
lots, no, yeah.
but anyway,
Yeah.
he went on his
Yeah.
merry way. But yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah,
I'll make a note to see if there's somebody who could, you know, talk about that in some general way. You know, not to be totally alarmed when you see a bobcat or a coyote,
Right.
and it's all part of the ecosystem. And,
right. Right.
Would someone from the Nature Conservancy be able to speak on that? I don't really know exactly what they focus on. Yeah, okay. You have an idea, yeah.
It's worth a try. They've been involved. They've certainly put their 2 cents in on the reserves piece. And I think they've actually were contributors of some money at some point. So I have
It
names
feels like-
from them. Yeah.
I remember the DEP, they were the Master Wildlife Conservationist Program. They were focusing on one animal at a time. It
Right.
feels like for our purposes, that if they can't talk about backyard wildlife, then
Yeah.
who are we gonna get to, if they're going for their Master Wildlife Conservationist, you'd think that that would be
Mhm.
an easy,
Yeah.
Should be.
Well, maybe since,
useful thing for them to be able to do.
right, so last year they were doing a presentation, right, and we're not actually doing that, we're just having them to
Right.
the
Mhm.
table, so maybe
Right.
they'd be more willing to do more than one animal.
Yeah. Well, let me ask, because I think I'm sure I have the contact of the person.
Okay.
So I will, yeah, no, it's a good, I'll ask.
Ed with insects. We got
Insects.
Ed Rashad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we should give him a special thing because he's really.
So is he, whose friend is
He's
he?
a friend of mine, yeah.
yours, and he's willing to do it?
Oh, yeah, he's
So is he-
retired from Pasteur, he was a professor, but he's
Yeah.
internationally known for his
Yeah.
work on.
Oh, that would be great to talk about, and it feels, to me, I feel like, the interest would be how do we manage our own properties?
Yeah, yeah.
be
he can
supportive,
focus. Yeah,
right.
He knows the whole gamut.
Right,
Yeah.
without pesticides, but with, like what
Exactly.
all,
Yeah,
there are
In
many
fact,
factors.
he taught that. He was the extension at Penn State, taught all.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So if we can get almost like a focus so if we're gonna have to do publicity, and it would be really nice for us to have some
Yeah.
specifics that we can use to draw people,
right.
and not just
Mhm.
general, we're
I'll
doing an
confirm-
environmental fair.
I'll contact him tomorrow, confirm. that
Great,
he's
great.
available, But I'm sure he'll do it. If he's
Yeah,
available. he'll-
yeah.
Yeah. And we should have a separate table for his
Mhm.
insect stuff.
Okay.
And I think he already has pre-made handouts, so
Mhm.
let's pass for him.
Yeah.
They used to, years ago, they used to have what they call a bugmobile. They
What's his
Yeah.
last
took a
name?
Volkswagen and converted it
Oh.
to,
It's funny.
yeah,
What's his last name?
a Rajat, Rajotte. Yeah, they used to go around Pennsylvania, around the state and educate kids on bugs and stuff.
Hmm.
And yes, it is a myth. There is no laws that protect insects, just for the record.
Mm.
That's a myth. They told kids when they were little so they wouldn't hurt
Oh,
beneficial
Ah.
insects.
oh.
Oh.
Wow.
There isn't. I know,
There's a
everybody,
Green
that's a
Kansas
myth.
law,
but
yeah.
Everybody thinks there is. There's no
Yeah.
such law that protects insects.
One additional little update. Remember I brought in that brochure from one of the organizations at Kakiwick that Francine and I, remember it was like this amazing amount of information. So I contacted them. I don't have it in front of me. It was somewhere down in the lower part of, they're in Woodbury. Anyway, I reached out to the contact person, and I said, we love your brochure. We're having an environmental fair. Could I get more copies? And she said, sure. And she was so pleased that like I was complimenting them.
Wow.
So anyway, long and short of it, she said, how many do you want? And I said, well, it's so hard to tell. I said, I don't know, maybe 20, 30. So anyway, it's enough that I don't want them to pay for shipping. So I'll drive to Woodbury. I thought I'd get there last week, but I didn't. So I'll go next week. I'll just take a day and drive over there. She said, no, just let me know when you're coming. She said, we have lots of copies. And so we'll have it that at least to distribute.
Oh,
It's
nice.
not really, but yeah,
Those
she
are
was,
great.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are really
I would hope we have more people than that
Yeah,
this
I
time.
I know.
I get
So
it.
maybe I'll,
At 100.
50 or 100.
Yeah.
we'll see how many they're willing to
They're
give
really
us. And if
valuable.
they
And one to my
even want
neighbor.
some donation or something, I can see about,
Yeah. just
we
pay-
can
dog
give them
ear
a
the
check.
ducks.
The
Yeah.
mailbox.
Yeah.
Anonymous.
That was the Pomeroy River watershed.
Yes. Yep. That one. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, we pay a little bit.
Right,
for
sure.
it.
Yeah. So
Was
we'll have
that-
at least that information.
Was that the magazine River Smart Guide to Waterfront Living?
I think it was.
Yes.
It was a
Yeah.
free title it was a
Yeah.
free title. It had a lot more to it than just.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
You-
Yeah. I only had the one copy. I don't know if you picked one up, Francine, but anyway, we'll get more copies from them. And because I brought it to the last meeting to show everybody, and we thought it was just wonderful information about just living along the water and
So I have a
riparian
note-
buffers and all of that.
I have a note under Tidewater lighting, recommended by Kathy Connolly for residential / commercial dark sky lighting. So that's someone whose business it is
They're
to.
right next to, David's Footwear.
Oh,
Yeah, they're in Guilford, but they just moved
Okay.
into, Old Saybrook.
all right.
Maybe 6 years ago.
I'll send them, you know, if we have someone talking about birds and dark skies and then have someone right next to them who actually sells good lighting for.
Yeah.
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 You know,
That's a good
solutions,
union.
that's a good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there was these people too, Swamp Yankee Earth Care, who will come in and help you with your landscaping and everything. So that was one of the people I thought we.
That'd be a good person to reach out
Yeah,
to.
they were good.
Can you've got their information, do you?
Yeah, that's the information I sent around. So I have all the links, but if you can give me again the link to the spreadsheet.
Okay, I'll send the
Populate
spreadsheet out again, great.
There was the Yukon invasive plant education. Oh, this was the one, Earth Tones, this little booklet you were talking about?
No, pamphlet.
No,
This was Woodbury.
it's a bigger one.
It was a
One.
pamphlet.
Yeah, it was a bigger one. It was colored and yeah.
Yeah,
But that's everybody's thought last time. So
yeah,
we'll just get, yeah, it was,
that one,
That
yeah.
one.
I think Earth Tones is where we need to go when it opens. For plants, that's
Oh, yeah,
Mecca.
yeah.
Native plants.
What's that?
It's pretty far away though.
That's right. I remember you
Earth
mentioning
tones,
that once, earth tones.
Yeah, and this one, invasive plants in your backyard, this was from, Connecticut River Coastal Conservation District, so I can send a message to them if they can either bring somebody down or give us some
Yeah,
copies of
Right, right.
Because people love to pick up stuff.
Sure.
And I like these little coloring books too.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
we thought those were cool too.
oh yeah, I looked into that. I think I told you guys last time and it was, so Francine, unfortunately, the company that prints those, the minimum's like 250 copies. And it would have been like a lot of money, like it was just a lot.
Yeah, we actually
So,
have,
yeah.
a few people who have said they'll have children's activities. So I think we might be all right with children's activities.
Oh, good, okay.
Without having to get 250 coloring books.
Yeah,
that gave them out at CACUAC was this BSC group, which is Boston Consulting. So they may print them and bring them down. Remember they gave out the straws, the metal straws and.
yeah, no, I think if you look on the inside, they probably paid to have their name on the front, but it comes from, one of you guys saw it, it comes from some company. And they're really the ones who create because when I looked it up, let's just say we had decided to do this. We could have put our logo on the front and said Conservation Commission and that's what this printing, that's what they do. They,
No, we ought to.
yeah.
Do our
So,
own here. It's not hard to put together,
But it sounds good if we have,
with our own, but areas of Saybrook.
Oh, sure.
You know, Saybrook put together a coloring book.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, and it's not that hard to do a kid's coloring book.
all right, get on it, Joe.
Yeah,
High school, you know, the art department, the kids that are.
that's right. The kids do it.
This was a good booklet too, how to create a streamside buffer. Because some people, I mean, again, speaking to people wanting to,
Manage their own property.
Right.
Mhm.
So what does this put out by? Connecticut River Coastal Conservation District. But it's nice if you pick it up and get some information out of it. Maybe a few things about some plants you can plant by there's so much marshland in Old Saybrook.
Right, little streams and.
Yeah.
What about, do we ever get cover like solar energy or?
We don't have much energy, we have no energy.
I've got a solar guy. I've left a message. I haven't, tomorrow's my recall day.
Yeah, because there's.
Yeah, solar would be good.
local ones, Green Power and the one in,
Mhm.
Madison, whatever.
Yeah.
That one.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm sure they love those opportunities, they'll pitch.
Yeah.
I wonder if,
Where's Green Power located?
They're not far Durham or something, just.
Yeah.
we don't have any contact, but there was someone made a note about solid waste, about having Valley or Old Saybrook Middle School kids presenting on probably, I'm assuming, food waste,
Oh, yeah. that's
or
right.
something.
We were,
Oh, right.
remember
I
that?
don't-
Dave King was talking about that last year because there was some kind of project. Yeah, I
It's
don't,
like composting, wasn't it?
yes,
No,
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, they were doing,
waste and putting it in special barrels, remember?
Oh, I thought they were just
I thought they were
composting from
No.
cafeteria waste.
Have any contact or anything. They're doing the cafeteria waste at Goodwin in the middle school, I think, but
Yeah.
I can see.
But this was actually having stations set up where you could dump. You move it from your house and dump, so it would be processed separately.
oh, are you talking about the composting, like at the transfer station?
Well, these were supposed to be locations around the city, like collection points for, I thought somebody here was talking about that.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
There's a company that did that.
Yeah,
Blue something, remember what that?
yeah.
Oh, Blue Earth.
Oh, you mean if individuals like contract with them to pick it up at their residence?
No, or they would put them at strategic place in towns and people would
Mhm.
take the little, you know, how you have only little bucket,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you dump it right in
Yeah.
there and then they collect it for process. And
Yeah.
I think they were called Blue Sub, they do these for different
Yeah.
towns.
But they're not doing it here now.
No.
No.
Okay,
Here,
all right.
That was
Yeah.
as an option for helping the environment by your waste, separating your waste from what you throw in as garbage versus recycling,
Right.
you know.
Right.
Do we have a compost guy coming to the fair?
No.
There's a guy, that's compost.
Yeah, I could ask the guy that spoke a number of years ago, Tom. He spoke at the library, and I think for us too, Tom Matchalot, something like that. He's like a master composter.
Mhm.
Master
Yeah,
composter.
let's get him.
Yeah, I could reach out to him. Now I still struggle with my
Oh.
darn compost.
Is he the same? Jim Matula is
Yeah,
with Common Good Garden. Is he the same guy?
Yeah.
yeah, yep. But he is a master composter, so he would be the one to talk about composting. But back to Joe, like, well, you can take all your food scraps to the transfer station because I think it's called Blue Earth. It comes and picks all
Right
your
there.
wet waste. Yeah, I mean bones,
Yeah.
everything.
That's what you said, Blue Earth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Blue something.
Yeah.
We have a few big.
yeah, I'm pretty sure
They
it's Blue
do?
Earth.
Whereabouts in the?
So when you drive up and, there's the big hopper for, waste.
Garbage?
Big, garbage.
Yeah, you go up, you
hopper.
turn left, and they got all
It's
the.
right
big-
near the garbage hopper, not
Yeah.
near the recycling hopper, the one.
Oh.
Yeah, you try to find a
Close to the
parking
front.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
And they're big, like, I don't know, I'm looking like, I don't know, 3 feet high buckets. They're,
Yeah,
I
they're
think
big barrels.
blue. And
Right.
then, some of them get full. They'll clamp them down and you can't open them. But I think there's 3 of them.
Yeah, there are at least 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
I go there. That's where.
Yeah, we do too. We
Yeah,
take, especially in the
yeah,
winter
the
time.
aroma must be great.
Right.
Oh,
So
the
are we
contest.
gonna have speakers?
Non-speakers just present, just
Just
a table,
present locally.
table presenters,
Mhm.
they're
So presenters.
bring their material.
Yeah, one-on-one.
One
Okay.
answer questions.
Mhm.
Schedule.
Right.
Yeah, individual attention. We don't have the numbers to
Mm.
represent.
Or the
Yeah.
space, the space isn't good for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It
But
seemed
were
like,
we also talking about with the birds? Were you talking about having a demonstration about birds at one time? No.
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
we should reach out if we can't get someone from the Audubon, we could reach out to the, Wild Birds.
Yeah, Unlimited, Wild
Rescue
Birds
place.
Unlimited.
For the
The
shark?
Oh.
No,
Ducks on them.
no, the store,
yeah,
Wild Birds Unlimited.
yeah, it's Wild Birds Unlimited.
There's also a group that has raptors that they bring.
Yeah, but we can't, we're not gonna,
Yeah.
they don't do it as much, and we're not gonna have raptors inside though.
Yeah. Yeah, we looked into all that last year and
Yeah.
decided against it.
Yeah, that was gonna
That's
be,
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. They do a great presentation, but I'm not even sure they are doing it that much anymore
I
because
used to have a guy do snakes too.
Yeah.
That's,
I think,
Yeah.
I feel like
That's
I was.
scary.
Boa
told to
constrictor, you know,
put them right next to the raptors.
Yeah.
That'll
They-
get
they-
There you go.
Yeah.
So the.
union made in
Yeah.
heaven.
Yeah.
If we're lucky, they'll
I
be
used to have him
legal
come into
too.
my bio classes.
Yeah, right. We'll have natural. We just.
I'd be standing
Can
up
you bring
front
up your-
introducing the guy, and he'd drop a, 100-pound boa constrictor around my neck. And the kids used to love watching me, squirm a little bit as this thing coiled around my body.
Wow.
Yeah. It was,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd pass.
All right,
on
does
that.
everybody have a few people they're gonna reach out to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like we have enough individual action items and then just sort of, let's see, oh yeah, we're coming up on the hour. Are we set with the pavilion? Is there anything we need to do? I think you were doing that, Deb, right? Are we,
Yeah,
we're
it's
locked in and
Yeah, we're
Is there-
reserved and.
is there a fee? they
No,
charge?
because
Okay.
we're a town.
Okay, okay.
Yep, so the fee is
Nice
waived.
job.
So yeah, they'll be letting us in, I think at 8:30.
Set up.
And then we can go anytime after set up.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that
Oh, yeah.
reminds me. I asked my husband about would the Rotary do coffee. He hasn't, I don't think he's asked the right person, but I'm not sure it's their thing, but I'll bug him again. And if not, maybe the Lions Club. We'll see if they'll, because I feel like they tend to do more stuff like that in a way than
Oh,
the
yeah.
Rotary, shows up. But yeah. And if not,
That'd be really great.
we can see if we can get somebody that could do something in kind with coffee.
Did we talk about
This club too.
maybe doing hot chocolate instead of coffee?
Or hot, hot chocolate.
Does it-
Sorry.
Could appeal to everybody.
What about?
Yeah.
Maybe reach out to the chamber? Chamber of Commerce may do that. Maybe, I mean, it's worth talking.
Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah.
But, there's the Kiwanis Club too. My daughter used to belong to the Key Club, which was the student arm of the Kiwanis Club. And they would always do little things. And if you can get high school kids instead of trying to get adults to come and do it, it might work out. Is there a Kiwanis Club in town?
I never hear about a Kiwanis.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think
Yeah.
they're active.
I don't think
I
that
mean, they used to meet at like Cherry Stones, but Cherry Stones.
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah.
I just haven't heard of one in town, except there's
I
one
haven't either.
very under the radar because I've been here for 30 something
Wow.
years.
Well, it could be.
Yeah, right. Haven't heard of them.
Do you remember at the Kakiwak thing, there was the last presentation we went to was Kathy Zeipel, and she was talking about land acquisition for open space. She was really cool. We sat in that really cold room. You were-
Yeah.
But her mom was from Old Saybrook, and she and Amy Blaymore kind of was talking up, people donating land to land and stuff like that. Would that be of interest if I contact her?
Well, the land trust is gonna be there.
They're gonna be.
Yeah, it's kind of, and I
Pushing
didn't
it
bring, it just reminds me, I
The
don't
land
think,
trust has, material.
Yeah.
God, yes.
I'm sure that,
Yeah.
so I think we're covered, because,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we are. But
Yeah.
just to let you guys know, I'm pretty sure it might have been Amy, because when I was listening, she was on Zoom, but I think she was the same person. So there was a meeting, Laura, you called in, weren't you on? Laura, you zoomed in on it. Yeah, so
Yes.
it was sort of a land use meeting that was supposed to be for conservation and land trust and everybody, and it wasn't widely attended, but she presented and some of the ideas and thoughts. Kathy Connolly instigated this. Is it a consideration in some areas of the state are doing this? They're regionalizing their land trust to have more, not power per se, but just to have more oomph, to be able to go after open land and strategize their resources and stuff. So she just presented, just some examples of what was going on and sort of food for thought. And it's not anything that we're acting on, but she was there. And, but I think, to the point that Lori said, land trust will be there. And I think we do a reasonable job. But so there may be something that might come out of her presentation too, because Carl was there and Ray and
It was a lot to do with,
Yeah.
maintenance and.
Yeah, that's, yeah,
Care of the land that is
Yeah.
entrusted. So, regionalizing that so you have more ability to get expert opinion on something rather than have each little town have their own little land trust.
Yeah.
You've got a bigger,
That makes sense.
to me, it seemed mostly about maintenance and, you know, managing the land.
yeah, no, you're right, you're right, you were reminding me, yeah.
And I
it
don't,
was-
and now I'm
yeah.
trying to think if there's a separate, like some kind, that I got the feeling that it was an umbrella kind of thing for the region, like the Connecticut River Valley, with the Quirpa, area.
Mhm.
But it wouldn't supersede each town's land trust. It would just be like an umbrella organization to help with management.
That sounds like
Yeah,
what Amy's was,
Yeah.
Connecticut Land Conservation Council.
Yeah.
Amy she was the speaker.
yeah, she was the speaker, yeah, I thought it was the same person that we saw, Francine. Thank you, Laura, you reminded me, it was really around, which was why Kathy instigated it, was because she's trying
she's so
so hard to get
desperate to
people to, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had Bob, he comes to the ad hoc committee meetings, but he's on the Essex Land Trust. And so he was speaking from Essex, and Essex they just, for some reason, have a much more active group in terms of sort of the maintenance piece.
Right.
But, he was still interested in the thought of how can we, do this better. So anyway, not to get us sidetracked off of our environmental fair. So I think,
Has someone been in touch with Kathy Conley? I can't remember if we talked about who was in touch with Kathy.
no, and what did we have her down? Oh, I can reach out to her. I think she would probably, I'll see what she might want to do. If she wants to be there as sort of the stewardship piece, or we had her doing, we already have plant stuff, so we don't really need her to talk about, I think, invasives and, do we?
It depends, the garden club, I don't know what the garden club's focus is gonna be. It's kind of like, we don't know what people's, it would be helpful so that they're not all focused on the same thing.
Yeah, I'll talk to
Right.
Tim from American Beauty, because he's a big, he has heard, what's his name?
Doug Talley?
Yes, Doug, speak numerous times. He could talk about the backyard national
Yeah,
park sort of thing.
That would be great. It would
He
be
could
really
speak
great to
more
have
to the
someone talk
plants
about-
where Doug comes from, don't worry, pollinators are great, but there's also the shrubs and the trees
Right.
where they bring in the caterpillars, and that's what feed the birds. And like, he's very much into that whole,
That would be
He
great
said-
for him to do that.
So,
'cause I was thinking
yeah.
about that. Yeah.
and I think that's something that people, I know when I listened to Tug the first time, I was like, wow, who knew, so yeah, I'll ask Tim if he can speak more to that end of
The homegrown national park.
homegrown. Okay.
And in terms of publicity through flyers, are we going to deal with that at our next meeting? We'll still, what do we have, 18 days? Are we meeting on the 10th, I think, of March?
It's the same day as today.
It's today, right? Because it's 28 days,
28
right?
days.
Right.
We really should, I'll reach out I have in my notes, I'm gonna reach out to Camellia to kind of remind her and see if she needs help or,
Is she designing the flyer?
yeah.
Okay.
Kids.
Mhm.
And
I can follow up with Nina. One of us can, because she did help so much, because you're right, she had all of those contacts with getting communication out. If she can kind of just get the
Right.
blitz.
Right.
But then to put up the flyers everywhere, it would be great if
Right.
we had them.
Have them at the meeting.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be at the next meeting, so.
Okay.
You're not.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be far, far away.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Where are you
Another-
going?
Another round the world, Singapore,
Oh,
Bali.
wow.
Oh,
Holly.
cool.
Oh, go to the botanical garden there and the butterfly. It's amazing. I've been there, but the botanical gardens is like, exquisite. Yeah. All right, guys. Anything else?
No.
So with the spreadsheet, you're gonna send around the link again,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then what would you like us to do? We are going to contact somebody, just.
There's a column that says contacted.
Contacted, but what if we plan to contact?
But you
Just
need
to let
con-
everybody else know, not.
Put them in.
Yeah.
You can add you just go over to just kind of like Excel. You just go to the left-hand side and double click it and you can add a column, add a row above or below and then type in your information.
Okay.
And contact them.
Or in worst case, email her with the information.
Worst case,
Yeah,
right?
it's not about putting it in there. I just don't
Yeah.
want to step on what anybody else.
No.
Right, well, that's why we're doing this,
Yeah.
exactly,
Okay.
yeah, so,
So
so
only please
please,
stay in your own lane then.
yeah, we want to make sure all the lanes are filled, so. So feel free,
All right.
yeah, add somebody or,
Yeah, so as long as we all like, make sure we put in that we've contacted.
right.
Right.
Someone
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it, then we won't have any repetition.
And are you finding, I found the letter, so
So how many, I'm sorry, how many do you think we have, how many spaces?
How many space? Oh,
table.
What do we?
Oh, yeah, good
we have,
question.
we have a lot of
Like
tables.
20, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a lot
something
of
like that,
tables.
21, I think, yeah.
So it looks like we might have 10, there may be some attrition, but, so there's plenty of room for
Bring
more.
up some birds and let them walk around.
Yeah. Some raptors.
Okay. All right. If nothing else, I think, yeah, well, we've got lots of stuff to be working on. We can certainly communicate via email if there's things that pop up. So being said that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Yeah.
All right. So Joe and Deb, all in favor? Aye. Nobody's opposed to ending a meeting. All right. See you guys.
Bye.